organization behind him gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the draft picks. We talk about the Dunbar and Cody Latimer situation. Dexter Manley's health issues with COVID and much more. Live with Aaron and John. Yo, what's up, John?
Yo, what's up?
Excellent!
Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, numero 488.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. I know people who listened last episode are wondering one question only. Where's Josh?
I invited him. Yo, what's up? Sean Nelson's in the YouTube chat.
What's up?
What's up, Sean Nelson? Anyway, so it's been a little bit. Our last podcast was during the draft when we live podcasted during the draft pick in which we picked Chase Young. So I guess we'll just pick up from there and talk about the draft, if that's cool with you.
That sounds like a plan. We'll start with that. Wish Dexter Manley our thoughts and prayers because he's in the hospital with COVID.
Yep.
Bit troublesome.
Yeah, it's a little bit troublesome. I think the latest news coming out of there is from his daughter, according to the John Riggins Show podcast, that he's doing better. So that's a good sign.
Good. Good.
Shout out to Alfonso Garcia out in L.A., Redskins fan. I bet he was torn when the Dodgers played the Nats there last October. Anyway, let's get to these draft picks. I need to pull up a window and remember them. Sadiq Charles, I believe, was our third-round pick.
We didn't have a third-round pick, did we?
Yeah, we didn't have a second round.
Oh, that's right. It's not who we got in the third round, though.
No, you're right. We got Antonio Gibson, the dude from Memphis. He's supposed to be like a dual threat type guy.
That's what they say. Do you want to list him as a running back? Do you want to list him as a receiver? Either one. But we did get another. We got AG and we got AGG.
We did get AGG. I found it interesting that it seemed that Ron Rivera likes these dual threat guys, or these like guys that are hybrids.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's a good strategy for a couple reasons. One, you got dudes where it can confuse the defense. Like you don't know how you're going to use them on any given play. There's that one.
Right. Are they running backs or are they receivers? Yeah, that's right there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and on the other side, if as far as injuries and things go, if you have versatile dudes that can play multiple places, then say you might not need to carry 4 running backs if one of these dudes, like this Gibson guy, for example, is technically on your roster as a wide receiver.
That's true. I don't know. I have no complaints pretty much about the whole Riverboat Ron, the whole thing that he's been doing so far. We're going to go through the draft here, and then we'll talk about a couple players who have some legal ramifications going on with them. And all right, let's get into the draft.
All right, let's continue on the draft. So we got the Gibson guy that we talked about from Memphis. According to Sean Nelson, they say he's like the Christian McCaffrey type dude.
Right.
So I'm interested to see how he plays. I was kind of surprised we took a running back with our first pick on the second day.
Yeah, but I mean, really, we have AP, and who else we got?
Well, we've got a
That
couple of dudes that are injured.
We got two guys that are injured all the time. One of the guys hasn't even played for us yet.
That's true.
So I think that and the fact that he is a dual threat, I think that's the put all that together.
Yeah, that's a good point because I'm hoping that one of these two dudes, Darius Geis or this Bryce Love, intriguing, also injured guy, if one of those two guys can actually play, then yeah, I mean that kind of goes hand in hand with that hybrid dude that we just picked up out of Memphis.
Absolutely.
So
MVP, I mean, he's awesome. He's the first out of the Hall of Famer, but I don't know. I would definitely want him in like a job share with at least another running back playing all the time. You know, just subbing in and subbing out because he can't handle the load every day nowadays. He's getting too old.
Yep. That's true. I wanted to invite you guys that are in the chat room, like always, to join the Discord server. We've got our private Discord server over there, Harry Hog Football, and I can go ahead and put the link in here. And the cool thing about that we're trying to get going is you can, let me see. You know, come on here and we could actually put you on the podcast if you have headphones and a microphone. We can bring you in live on the cast if you're interested. But it's another chat in there, a little more, I guess, private than YouTube. A private public server, chat server.
Public private server partnership.
But anyway, whatever you guys are comfortable with, we're kind of monitoring them both during the show. So, shall we move down to Sadiq?
We should. What's his name?
I say Deke.
I say Deke.
So we got Deke Charles. He's listed as he's a tackle out of LSU. For some reason, why did I think he was a guard at first? But I guess he is a tackle.
I think you're thinking about a different player.
Oh, Keith Ismail, maybe.
Maybe. Ishmael.
Yeah, so Keith Ismail.
So yeah, of course, we got Chase Young in the first round, of course. Third round we got AG. And the fourth round we got AGG from Liberty. But before that we got Deke Charles from LSU, who did play with what's his face, that running back who I can't even remember his name because he never freaking gets on the field with us because he's always hurt.
Who? Sorry.
I was waiting for you to fill that in, Aaron.
I spaced out for a second. Dude, when you've had as many concussions as I've had.
Mm-hmm. I'm for his name because no one seems to know what I'm talking about. Darius Geis. There you go. You know what I did? I looked it up.
Darius Geis is an injury fool.
Yeah, so Sadiq Charles, otherwise known as Deke, played with Darius Geis. He had a couple of guys that he worked with. I don't know. I mean, he's kind of the heir apparent to that position at left tackle. We'll see how he did. How he does. I mean, he did go to a big school, so he's got to have some talent.
Yep.
He was blocking for Joe Burrow. Got to say something.
He played with the big boys down there, that's for sure.
I mean,
and they said there was a question with his he did something to like be suspended for a few games.
Yeah.
And they talked to the LSU coach, Ed Orgeron, the guy with the super weird voice. And he said it wasn't something to be concerned about. He thinks that he's good to go. So, and, I mean, that's good because I got to tell you, the third round and the fourth round, well, at least until we got to AGJ, I wasn't really pumped about these dudes. Sadiq, I was glad that we got a tackle, definitely, but I thought we should have done that in the third. But when we get to this AGG guy, have you seen any of his clips?
Well, going back to Antonio Gibson.
Oh, sorry.
I think it's going to be really good to see him. I think he's going to get on the field right away. This guy's really fast. I remember watching him in a couple of games because, I mean, you know, I can't even remember what conference is Memphis in. CAA? The American? He might be in the American Conference. He was really good. I remember seeing him specifically being like, that guy's got some talent. But again, he was on Memphis. It's not like they were playing Alabama or LSU. So, but I do think that he's gonna get on the field right away, and he's gonna be pretty much I don't know. He's gonna be. I hate to say it, but like a step up over that other running back that we have that I can never remember his name either. He's not even on our roster anymore.
You're talking about, dude, why can't we remember anyone? Chris Thompson.
Chris Thompson.
Yeah, I saw Chris Thompson tweeted out that he joined, don't even remember the squad. But he was pretty excited.
I think, yeah.
Oh, he's in Jacksonville with his friend Jay Gruden.
More power to you, kid.
Yeah.
The Jay Gruden. What a. Anyway, moving on. So AG, I think it's going to be good. Then we had Deke. Then we got AGG from Liberty. Antonio Gandy Golden.
AGG.
AGG from Liberty. This dude is 6'4".
Dude, this is all I have to say about this AGG guy. If you're taking a guy from Liberty in the 4th round, wide receiver, first of all, for a guy to play at a school as the size of Liberty,
right,
to be taken in the 4th round is a big deal. But second of all, a dude playing at a school like Liberty being taken in the 4th round, and the consensus of all the pundits saying that it was an A draft pick for the Redskins and a steal.
I think it very well could be, because again, same thing with Memphis. We were talking about a minute ago. I remember watching Liberty that's how many football channels I have. And I think 2 games, one I was like, it's Liberty. And number 2, I was like, who's this wide receiver guy? This guy is like awesome. Only guy I remember on either team. Didn't remember his name, but I remember watching him. But again, if he went to Liberty, he hasn't faced the Alabamas or the LSUs or people like that. So there's always that question mark before they get started. So hopefully, and we're going to see how the whole COVID thing goes on. But I mean, hopefully they'll get some spots, some stuff in training camp.
Yep.
And training camp, if they get to training camp this year, it's going to be so different from Jay Gruden getting his nipple pierced or pinched by Deshaun Jackson. If someone does that to Ron Rivera, they're going to get punched in the face. It's going to be it's going to be completely different. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
It's going to be interesting. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Ron Rivera's not, I don't know. I mean, think of all the coaches that we've had. Jay Gruden was just like,
Jay Gruden didn't care.
Jay Gruden didn't care.
Like, you keep telling me that we're going to hear so much more come out about the Jay Gruden era with, like, backroom hangouts.
I think so. I think we'll find out about it in the next couple of years. I mean, he is still working in the NFL now as offensive coordinator of Jax. So I don't think people are going to dish on him too much, but man, I mean, he was a seat warmer for how long? 6 years? 5 years? Yeah.
So this is getting kind of difficult watching these 2 chat rooms. I wish they could combine. All right. So we got some people in the chats. We got Sean Nelson hanging out with David Hersing over in the YouTube chat room. And in the Discord chat room, we got Zoe Dodges. Sup. And San. That's Sean Nelson in there too.
Nice.
He's in both. He's double dipping.
All right, let's move on to the 5th round. Our center, Keith Ishmael.
Oh, when this happened, I was not happy with this pick. I was like, what? Because I thought we were going to take that dude from Virginia here, that
cornerback.
cornerback.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then we get a center. I'm like, a center?
Yeah, I think Ishmael. I mean, it sounds like he could play center or guard, and he may very well end up going to guard. We'll see.
I hope.
The guy from UVA was all right, but again, watching UVA play this year, I watched them a few times, and he was one of the people that stood out on that team. But I don't know if he was an interesting person. But we definitely, more than anything else, I'm glad we got 2 draft picks, even though they're in round 4 and 5, 2 picks that are offensive linemen. But
yeah.
round 4 and 5, I mean, it's hard to go wrong when you pick an offensive lineman from the Big Ten, you know, like Iowa, and Michigan, Wisconsin, places like that. But
this dude's from San Diego State.
That worried me more than anything else. I was like, San Diego State.
Not only was he from San Diego State, most people had him rated as a 6th round or a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
So maybe our scouts saw something no one else did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was excited about that. This Kalike Hudson guy from Michigan, we took in the 5th round also with the pick that we traded for. Is that the one we got for?
I think for Trent, we got that.
Trent?
We got the third round next year.
Yeah. Did we get the Kalike Hudson pick for Trent, or did we get the Keith Ismail one? I'm thinking Kalike.
Probably Kalike because it was pick 16.
Yeah. But I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Dude, no one liked this pick. They're giving like C- and D's for this Kalike Hudson guy.
Yeah.
Linebacker from Michigan. I don't know anything about him. Do we want to go through these pretty quick? After that, we got Cameron Curl.
I'm not excited about this guy at all, man. Arkansas's defense is terrible.
Yeah. And this was a 7th rounder because we didn't have a 6th.
Yeah.
And then
traded out. We got the 2nd, 5th round pick by trading 6th. I have no idea. I forget what it was. Doesn't matter. We had the 7th round 2nd pick, and we had the 7th round 15th pick.
Yeah. The James Smith Williams from NC State Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Defensive end was our last pick. So our first pick in the draft and our last pick were both defensive end type dudes.
He's an edge.
The edge, which is that new position
that linebacker outside or defensive end outside linebacker hybrid guy.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, so we need to talk about your boy Dunbar.
Oh, Dunbar. Oh, man. Chat rooms out there were firing off fireworks and giving like fake high fives to people because they were just like, man, we finally got rid of a guy before he got in trouble. Instead of after. Oh,
yeah.
Quick Dunbar. Man.
So, dude, also, I realized this when we did the podcast last time.
Mm-hmm.
It was the night before we parted ways with Trent. We haven't commented on Trent. I say he's dead to me. He's done.
Yeah, he's dead to us. Yeah. I mean, some people are saying he's going to come back in 10 years and get inducted in the Ring of Fame. I hope he never comes back.
Yeah, I'm done.
He screwed this guys over.
He basically, it came out this week that the real reason he wanted to leave
money. It was all about money.
Was money, and he wanted to go to a team that he thought he could actually win with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, that I can't blame him for because he was there for most of his career with Jay.
Yeah.
Jay Gruden. Man, Jay Gruden just like wasted 5 or 6 years of our Redskins' life.
Yep.
What a putz. Oh, anyway, so Quentin Dunbar and DeAndre Baker, a first-round pick from the Giants, were at a cookout down in Miami, and they pulled. DeAndre Baker pulled a gun or something like that. I don't know. Someone pulled a gun, and they took a bunch of watches and stuff, and then they all left in like a Lamborghini. I think it's a very short version of it. I don't know. I don't know if Quentin Dunbar was going to be like, I don't know. It sounds like maybe they thought they were going to do something with it. They were going to do, like, it was a plan when they got there to rob these guys and make a getaway. I don't know. But all I know is that Quentin Dunbar did it after we traded him. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, I mean, that would have never happened with Jay.
That would never have happened with Alan Bruce.
Yeah.
Or Brucifer, as people have been calling him. More and more.
Dude, the problem with Alan the Bruce is he's like...
We could have had a first-round pick for Trent if we had traded him last year. First-round pick.
Yeah. It's insane.
So,
and I blame only Alan the Bruce for the Trent Williams debacle. I mean, who else can you... And other debacles, but we'll just go with this one.
Go with all of them.
Dude, not only did we lose out a first-round pick because of the way that he handled the situation, but if he was any smarter, we might have Trent Williams last year and this year if he would have treated him correctly.
Yeah, really.
I mean, hey, I just got a message from Josh.
Dude.
He can't come on the podcast.
Dude. Thank you, Josh, for your insight on the Redskins.
I know. Zoe Dodgers, wish you can hear the podcast and chat at the same time in here. There might be a way for us to actually broadcast into there, but dude, we're going to have to figure that out. We need to get our engineers working on that. We could bring someone in for a question. Let's ask a question and see if someone wants to pop in. If any of you guys in the Discord chat room have earphones and a microphone, let me know, and we're going to ask a question and bring someone on to answer that question. And that question would be, John, think of a good one.
What?
Question for the Peanut Gallery.
What do you think we need to do about this receiver that got arrested?
That is a good one.
That's going to be the next part.
Let's talk about that guy.
Anyone have anything on Cody Latimer?
Cody Latimer. What do you guys think we should do about him? My initial response to this was he should have already been cut as soon as we found out, because Ron Rivera is creating a new culture and this and that, and like getting rid of the riffraff like he did with Dunbar.
Right, and this guy has had a little bit of history already in his career for this sort of thing. So, same thing here. I thought, well, obviously this guy just wants to get cut. But
it looks like Sean Nelson is in the waiting room and wants to chime in on the Cody Latimer. Before we bring Sean in, I just wanted to point out that I checked out Cody Latimer's stats over his career, 6 years in the league, the last few with the Giants. He averages approximately 11 to 12 catches a year and less than one touchdown in his career.
So he's a starter, is what you're saying.
Yeah, starter somewhere. Anyway, let's see if we can bring Sean. We'll see if this actually works. I'll see if we can do it. Sean Nelson, can you hear me? I don't think it's working, dude.
I don't hear it.
I hear a lot of static. There's something going on. There's something going on with my setup tonight. Because I can barely hear you even. So, but they say that they can hear you fine on the podcast. So
okay, good.
So sorry, Sean. It doesn't look like it's going to work this evening. as we've become accustomed to here at Harry Hog Football. If we do 1,000 podcasts, we'll have a perfectly technical show.
No, we won't.
If we had like an actual engineer, it's hard to do all this junk all at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a big thing right there.
Okay. So here's what since we can't hear about it, they can put it in the chat window at least. If I was going to say, all right, we need to cut him right away, and then I read this little tidbit that I sent you this morning, that possibly he could have been busted into this poker game because someone in there sexually molested his 4-year-old.
Allegedly.
Allegedly?
Ahab.
Or is that his lawyer trying to be like, hold on. He still went in there with a gun.
Yeah, he wanted to kill the guy that may have molested his son. I understand.
May have.
But he didn't. Probably because he was smart enough not to.
Yeah.
So that whole situation seems like there's a lot going on there.
There's something going on. Not sure what it is. Something going on with my sound too. I don't know what that's all about.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Cody Latimer. We just need to cut him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything else to add to that. I mean, yeah, I'm still kind of surprised it's on the
Yeah.
We have next on our.
Not sure. I'm getting a lot of static in my headset, so I'm going to close out of Discord right now. See if that helps it.
All right.
It was ever since I tried to pop in there and listen to those guys.
All right. While we're going through, we had talking about Dexter Manley having COVID-19 virus, but it sounds like he is doing better in the hospital. You know, Dexter Manley's been through a lot of stuff in his life. Some of it is self-inflicted, but you know, I'm sure he doesn't have great health in his life, so we're probably very worried about him for that. But it sounds like it's going to be all right. So, big next up, this is a subject that Aaron really wants me to be part of, and we'll get on here. The Cowboys stuff. That's all. All right, we'll go into the schedule next. The schedule was released. We'll see if we actually get to play on the schedule. But the schedule was released. Let's bring that back up here. While I'm looking for the schedule, because I know that we have two big things. Number one, we're not playing the 49ers until December, which means Trent Williams will probably be injured by that game and not there at all. And number two, we got no night game. We got no night game at all.
Yeah.
It's possible one of the late season games might get moved to the night, Sunday night, maybe. But right now we have no night game scheduled whatsoever. That's pretty. That just shows how much people suck so long. Man. How you doing there?
Well, here's the deal. They're saying that the static is really bad in here, in the chat room.
Oh, yeah.
So we should probably just round this thing out for now and figure out what's going on for next time. Sorry about that, dudes. I don't know what to do right now. I've tried everything and I'm so distracted. It's hard to do the show and try to figure out what's wrong with it. But we will talk about this on the next podcast next week, and we'll try to fix this situation. Basically, yes, the no night game thing,
Yep.
which you're happy about. I'm actually kind of happy about it.
We're getting old.
I know. So am I. And we're going to kick the Cowboys' butt on Thanksgiving. But anyway, until next week when we fix this,
Yeah.
Again, apologize for it. Don't know what's going on. But anyway, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Hail the Redskins.
Hail to the Redskins. I think things are looking up. If you see a Cowboys fan, you know what to do.
Joke 'em. I'm not going to yell because that's better.
Joker.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.